I homeschool my daughter, and 2 days a week she goes to the sweetest little school. So today, after I dropped her off, I took the boys and we went to one of my favorite stores with indoor plants. So we walk around, and one of the employees actually told me any clippings I find on the ground I can take home. So I found these two, and one actually had roots. As soon as I got home, I put them in water, and I'm excited to propagate them. Next time you go to a nursery or want some indoor plants, see if an employee doesn't mind if you'll find some clippings on the ground to take home. After we get home, they're usually hungry, so I'll make a snack. Today I am making an oatmeal. It's a combination of things. I use the Purely Elizabeth package that is, I think it's cinnamon. I add some raisins, and then I like to add some maple syrup, and I steam apples, cut them up, and put them in. One thing I love to do with this is if my boys don't finish it, I try to find ways to save food and not waste. So I will save whatever leftovers I have, and I will add it to the sourdough pancakes that I make for them. Another way I like to avoid wasting food is if my kids leave apples, whether Aviana leaves it in her lunch for a while or they leave it on their plate, they turn a little brown, but they're still good. I will add them to our Instapot and steam them and add them to their oatmeal. After the boys have their snacks, I will start cleaning. We most likely have left dishes in the sink from this morning, running around trying to get my daughter to school. So I like to come in, get them a snack, and start cleaning. During the winter months, my fingers get really dry, crack, and bleed from how many dishes I'm washing. And so this year I thought, you know what, I'm gonna buy the gloves. I realized how many things I leave in the cart and tell myself I don't need. They're only a few dollars, but if I actually got them, they make a difference in the process of taking care of our home. I am refilling our dish soap dispenser. I love finding ways to save money, things that I can add into our daily life. I know it all adds up. I found this hand foaming soap dispenser on Amazon. You can find them, I'm sure, any place online. And I just filled it about a fourth way full of whatever soap you want. We love using Thieves. I love the Thieves dish soap. And then I just fill the rest with water, and that is it. You're gonna shake it slowly back and forth just so it mixes, and then you can use it as you would normally. I have been on a journey with homemaking. After being in a survival season when I could barely keep up with the basics of taking care of our home, I have so much gratitude for the capacity to make our home not only tidier but more peaceful. A clean and tidy space is not only less stressful, but it impacts our nervous systems. After learning this, I felt my day-to-day had more purpose. I wasn't simply checking off a never-ending list, I was helping my family and myself heal. And I have felt such a difference. I would never say I'm a minimalist, but as I've gotten better at downsizing over the years, it has been instrumental in managing the mess and feeling less overwhelmed. I have been consistently convicted, challenged, and encouraged by this verse. Proverbs 14:1 states, "The wise woman builds her house, but the foolish pulls it down with her own hands." When I get stressed, I tend to become negative or begin to try to control the people around me. I think somewhere I believe that when I feel out of control inside, controlling something outside of myself will bring me peace. This verse reminds me not only the power my attitude and choices have, but it's also empowering to think of the influence we have as mothers, whether it's our tone, the words we speak, the routines we repeat, or the way we care for our family and the things that make up our home.
Pick blue. Green.
recently added these hangers and I put one of my plants in the rope hanger just to see how it looked. And I wasn't actually liking this one in that place. And so I grabbed a Cebu Blue Pothos while I was at the indoor plant store. You'll probably hear conflicting information around this topic, but I have personally experienced it being best to replace the soil as soon as you bring a new plant home. One of my plants was waterlogged after leaving it in the soil that it came in for a couple days, and so ever since then, I just really prefer to replace the soil. I love the mix that I make. It's 3 different bags, and I put it all in this container that rolls around really easily, and it makes such a difference. If you're looking for a new mix to try, I'm going to add the links to all 3 of them in the show notes. Something I love to add while I refresh the soil is the Enrich Powder by We the Wild. It's a fertilizer using worm castings to strengthen roots and help lessen the stress of changing seasons or when being repotted. I didn't know I would enjoy the details of this hobby as much as I do. It all feels therapeutic in a way, getting my hands dirty, learning about each plant, collecting rainwater to use to water them, and watching them grow. It has been life-giving, and something as small as adding plants to our home has been a tangible reminder of the redemption, healing, and growth we've felt and seen. Most people know that indoor plants can improve the air quality, but there's actually a list of other benefits that I find fascinating and thought I would share in case you like to geek out on the information like I do. Studies have shown that having indoor plants can provide a variety of benefits for both physical and mental well-being. Number 1, reduce stress and anxiety. Research, including a 2015 study published in the Journal of Physiological Anthropology, found that interacting with indoor plants can lower stress levels and reduce blood pressure. I find this super fascinating because I have literally felt the difference. So when I describe bringing in indoor plants in our space and call it life-giving, it has felt just hard to put words to because it kind of feels like I am taking care of a pet, but I'm not. And so there's this joy that comes from watching them grow and just the action of taking care of them and the slow peacefulness of it. There's just something to it. Anyways, going on to number 2, enhanced mood and productivity. A 2014 study from the University of Exeter, I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, indicated that adding plants to workspaces increased employee productivity by up to 15% and improved concentration and satisfaction. Number 3, better humidity levels, which I had no idea about this, but I find it interesting. Plants release moisture, which can help maintain indoor humidity, potentially reducing respiratory irritation. And number 4, mental health benefits. A 2021 review in environmental research highlighted that exposure to indoor greenery is linked to lower levels of depression and improved cognitive function. These are the sourdough pancakes I was talking about. They smell so delicious. The boys didn't finish their oatmeal, so I added them to the pancakes.
Rock and roll, man. I'm gonna eat that, Sam. Be a chicken. Be a chicken. I was gonna be a chicken. What? Oh my mind. What? Oh my mind. What? Not that. The mind
I shop secondhand for most things. By thrifting, I have saved us so much money, and I really enjoy the process. It kind of feels like a treasure hunt, and it's rewarding to know that I've made the most of our budget. Every time I think of something I need for the home or my husband or my kids or myself, I add it to an organized list on my phone so that when I go into the store, I can go straight to the section it would be in and look around for those specific things. Most trips, I can shop for about 20 minutes and still find things on my list. It's worth it to go in weekly and be patient. Most things we don't need right away and can put them on our list early enough so that we have time to shop for them. I use Facebook Marketplace and an app called Mercari as well. I like to buy ahead of when my kids need things as much as possible so that I'm not short on time and end up buying full price. I have already gotten the clothing and shoes my kids need for the next season so that as the weather changes, I don't have to rush out and buy things. I will leave you with a prayer as you go on the rest of your day. Lord, I thank you for our homes and the season we are in. I pray you would show us how we can be better stewards of our families and our spaces. Please inspire us. Give us the eyes to see new ways of doing things that bring healing and life. I pray you would make your presence known to each person watching, that you would remind them you are with them today.